Hey, this is Nick Nino from Drunk Plane. I'm here with...
Easu Duran.
Alright, today we have a couple of topics. There's this game coming out called Remember Me. I like to talk about some of the machinima bluffs lately, too. The new Metal Gear game. And a couple of other games as well.
Like Watch Dogs, right?
Yet, and like Watch Dogs. Now, before the podcast, Esau spent like a good hour of our time showing us a bunch of creepy videos about haunting gaming and stuff. Now, I'm not a big creepypasta reader, but
This thing scared me for a while, I'm not gonna lie.
it didn't. See, here's the thing though. All gaming is for me is programming. And if there was something horribly creepy, it would just be someone fucking with me, you know?
Yeah, true.
So once you accept that fact, I think you're good. But there is one game that scared the shit out of me. Enter Darkness on the GameCube. My god, this game. Let me tell you about it, Esau. I haven't told Esau about this yet. Now here's the thing. This game's on the GameCube, right?
Yeah.
It's a relatively glitchy software. You have to keep your disk clean, have to, swap out your memory cards every now and then.
Oh, you don't even know that half of it. All my memory
This
cards
game
broke.
played on that. It played on your deepest video gaming fears.
Oh,
It was
that-
horrible. Now, like, your character in the game has a sanity meter, and as the sanity meter goes down, shit goes down. Let me just tell you. Alright, so I don't want to give it all away, but you'll start walking, and your character will, like, start, like, stumbling, and then you'll see, like, blood on the walls as your sanity meter goes down. Now, this game really fucks with it. Your GameCube will start making noises. I swear to God, this game makes noises out of your GameCube.
What
It'll
the
say
fuck?
the disc cannot be read. Stop playing. And then it'll start up again. Scary shit. And then it'll say memory card is corrupted. Memory card is corrupted. Memory card is corrupted. Scares the shit out of you.
Whoever developed this game must seem like an asshole for making
Oh my
it.
god. This game is truly it's just I'm glad whoever heard this and goes and plays it because like it's really a good game. It's a GameCube game, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not the best kind whatsoever.
Yeah. But we were watching Majora's Mask haunting, the Ben haunting, which
No,
is
it's been drowned,
Ben drowned.
supposedly.
It's a creepypasta, and what's the guy who made the video that we were watching?
I don't remember his YouTube name actually.
Ooh. We should probably put that in the description.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's a nice little creepypasta. It's cute and all, but it's just not real.
Yeah, it's not. We just watched a video on it. It's not real. Because the video I first saw it on, it seemed like so legit. It's not even funny. Like I swear to God, I thought I was gonna.
It has a
die.
bunch of footage, like our author, like God, he says there's a bunch of crazy stuff going on with his game, right? Like Link will, what is it?
We'll
Like,
do like weird animations that.
like
you've
his
never
like
seen.
it looked like he broke his back and was like on the side. It was weird. Anyways, and there's one where my favorite, and honestly it would be kind of compelling if it was real.
Yeah.
Is at there's a random, like at one random point you'll randomly go to the end boss and have to fight him. No, not the end boss, the first boss, Skull
Yeah,
Kid.
for near the final like levels.
No, the first level actually, where you have to fight Skull Kid originally. That's
Oh.
why I was mentioning. Anyways, so yeah, so that's like the first level.
Oh, I thought we were talking about like near the end of the video about the whole like Ben actually haunting things.
No, I just want to give this part. You guys should really watch it though. I'll give the description as soon as possible.
Be warned, there is a lot of weird ass shit.
And not only that, I would say the actual like packaging of the video wasn't very good, but other than that, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the player shoots arrows at Skull Kid,
Yeah.
and they do nothing like they always do. And then
This
At-
is where shit gets weird, by the way. Just
There's-
warning.
here, how about you tell this part?
I think what I remember from it is that Link dies because like I know
Just
he starts
bursts into fire.
Yeah, after he starts getting levitated like from the intro of the game.
Yeah.
That weird levitation animation that you see in the cutscene. He starts doing that like as he's walking, so it looks as if he's floating already and he's
Yeah.
like being carried. So then after that, he just gets put on the ground and lit on fire and instantly dies.
Now, when the when the player, rather, tries to, it reloads this part,
Yeah,
and in the original gameplay, you're supposed to bring out your,
Ocarina and sing the Song of Time. in
Yeah,
order
and
to beat
reverse
the-
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
To prevent yourself from even, ever being caught from Skull Kid and save the town. However, when the player does this, He
Oh.
immediately sets on fire and
Like
dies.
right before the last note too, which sucks balls.
Yeah, and then the Link, whenever you load it, as I'm correct, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You load
retry
it,
the level.
You see Link's body on the
on
ground,
the ground,
just
there,
sitting
lying
there.
just lying there, doing.
I can't
nothing.
even tell you how bad this would have pissed me off as a kid. Because I played some scary games as a kid. Like I played Hexen. Well, not really a scary game, but you know, Nintendo 64 standards.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
And there's some creepy parts in the game, and there's also, I wouldn't call them glitches, they're just like weird shit. Like you'll be walking down a hallway and you hear screaming, and then just bang, 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 end of it. And you'll be like, what the fuck was that? I could never get it to happen again. However, honestly, looking back on the years, I'm not 100% sure if this was my imagination, just playing a scary game for the first time, or, you know. I also thought Perfect Dark for the Nintendo 64 was scary, though. So.
Oh my god, come on! How can you?
It was just creepy, I guess. Like, some parts of the game were just kind of creepy. Like, you're just anticipation of enemies and stuff. And I honestly, the only part of the game I played was the co-op. So I was terrified. And it also had some features in the game I'd never seen before, like a feature that what was it? Before you actually even start, like the you can just the HUD is just like a menu, kind of like the Pip-Boy, and you can just close it and walk around. For some reason, this kind of scared me. But anyways, that new Metal Gear game. Let's talk about that.
Oh my god, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
Now
going to
this,
love this.
this bitch either needs to die or come out real soon, because I'm tired of hearing about it. Now, I heard about it a year ago or 2 years ago on...
E3.
No, it wasn't E3. It was like halfway through a development, quote unquote development, and it was on X-Gen. No, yeah, it was on X-Gen, and it also appeared on... What's that G4 show? What's
Yeah,
that
it did
G4?
appear
X-Play.
on G4.
X-Play.
Yeah, X-Play. And not just that, it was announced like twice in different E3s, but they canceled it twice already.
The bastards.
And when they announced it again, they decided to supposedly change the name to Metal Gear Rising Revengeance for Vengeance and Revenge for naming purposes. And story goes, this is like 4 years after Guns of the Patriots, the latest game for the PS3, Metal Gear Solid. And this is the story of Raiden and how he continues on with his life. So he's still working with the PMC, which is a private military contractor.
Also, the character that you see and you play as, it's not the same character, but there's one character in number 3, and this ties in with the haunting I wanted to tie in. This ties in with the haunting earlier. If you are in the jail cell when you're playing as Snake in Metal Gear Solid 3,
Yeah.
and you go to sleep in the jail cell, you turn off your PlayStation, take a break for a while, you load the save,
Yeah.
Snake will have a nightmare.
Wait, what?
He'll have a nightmare, right? And in this nightmare, you play as a new character, and you fight old people.
Okay.
You just fight hordes of them too, and it just never ends.
It never ends? What do you mean it never ends?
It just never ends.
Huh. Weird. Well, I never actually experienced that. The only thing I really experienced was weird Metal Gear Solid 4, weird like a modeling thing to
Something.
I can't talk anymore. Modeling Easter egg on the 4th game to where if you stayed like at all the bosses long enough, and like this is after you beat their suits and they finally take off their suits of armor.
Yeah.
They'll have like this weird like skin tight like exosuit or something.
Makes sense.
Like that's made of like a polymer or some shit. I don't know, but it's weird.
That game was kind of creepy just in general.
But I remember that if you stayed alive long enough and didn't harm them, like you'd fade into white, appear in just a giant white plane, and you could take pictures of them like posing every time you zoomed in with the camera.
Yeah, with the girls.
Yeah, all the 4 crazy beasts.
Here, I totally thought that was gonna go a different direction, but
Yeah,
I totally
same here.
remember that one. Yeah, that wasn't scary. That was just kind of a nice little Easter egg they put in there.
Yeah.
Wasn't that like a bunch of hot anime girls, or was it like?
No, it was
models?
like models of like different like people, just like in the game they used.
Interesting.
Yeah. So they used them for modeling in the game.
Another game people like to make like a bunch of ruckus about is Super Mario 64.
Super Mario, man, that's something.
What is it?
going
What
old
is? or Ella's real. That's a really creepy one they all threw out.
Ella's-
I say creepy loosely. I'm just saying that people threw a fit about it. That's all I'm saying. Now
What do you
Ella's real and had a bunch of dates after it.
Wait, what?
It said Ella's real and had a date. But the only way to read the text, it's on the shrine outside of in the backyard of Princess Peach's castle.
Okay.
You know where all the boos are?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like you kill all the boos, use a program to take a picture of your Nintendo 64 screen.
Yeah.
Then you zoom in on it, it says Ella's real, and then a bunch of random numbers, I don't quite remember it. Machinima actually did a little story on it. I mean, it made fun of it,
Yeah.
and it's an epic adventure. I would recommend watching it. I'll also have to put that in the description. It's really nice, but back in the 90s, I guess you could say, when it first came out,
Yeah.
people threw a fucking fit.
What do you mean about a fucking fit? Like
Now,
were
it's
they
it's
just-
common known knowledge that Super Mario 64 was originally designed to be a multiplayer game, correct?
Really? Because
Mhm.
I never even.
They
heard
have
that.
they have Luigi scripts in the they have
Oh.
Luigi in the scripts,
You're
but
kidding.
it's not complete.
That
And
would have been awesome if you could play.
you
multiplayer.
can use Luigi, like you can play as Luigi using a hack system
Oh, I remember someone on
or Game
on a
Shark.
PC was able to complete some of the codes and somehow turn it into a multiplayer game to where you could play as two different Marios.
Well, that wasn't actually. I know which program you're talking about. Super Mario 64, Left 4 Dead, Minecraft, games like that are the most modded games known to man. There is a mod Machinima uses to make movies, and it allows you to have multiple Marios on the same screen. Now, that's probably what you're talking about, but technically it's not even multiplayer, because you're technically playing on two different consoles. However, they can also do what they did with Mario and make it into you remember Mario Portal? You used to play that?
Yeah.
That
I
bitch.
I played that like a motherfucker. That was the most fun I've had in a long time.
So it's possible to make a multiplayer game out of a game that's not meant to be multiplayer, but it's just that is
And that is just one hard thing to pull off, though, because it's gonna take a lot of coding, programming. And a
well,
whole
they have
lot
this
of
thing
luck.
called Toadstool, which you could probably use to do it.
Oh.
It's actually designed.
Well, thanks for killing my joy there.
Thanks for
Captain
killing
Killer.
making. All right, so
Mr. Easygoing over here.
about that the Metal Gear game. Have you seen it?
I've actually seen a bunch of gameplay of it. I'm amazed about it. There's actually a demo for the Ender Zone or Zone of Enders game
Mhm.
that if you get the HD collection of it, you can play a demo of it. So go buy it now. I recommend getting the demo.
So goodbye now. Not product placing or anything. Anyways, what were you saying?
But some of the gameplay is pretty crazy. I saw a gameplay video of
Mhm.
if you play the fourth game, you know about Metal Gear Ray.
Yeah.
Well, apparently Raiden decides to block one of the, those giant fins on the back of its head that it uses a little bit like arms.
For the sake of argument, yes.
You have no idea, don't you?
Metal Gear Solid 4 was a very sketchy game for me because it was just so damn weird, and
Like
it took
those
everything I had to sit through it. Because it was just.
Wow.
I love Metal Gear Solid 3 and 2 and 1.
Well, if you
But-
if you look at a picture of Metal Gear Ray, you'll see these weird bulges coming out of the back of the head that it can use as melee weapons for some reason. I don't know why they would put this on a mech. Well, I guess it makes sense, but still.
All those mechs were so fucking weird.
Yeah, but yet they were so badass in design and weaponry. It's not even funny.
That entire game was designed by stoners. I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense to me anymore.
To me, it makes sense for science, for one, and
No,
two,
it was just
imagination.
stoners. That game has the longest cutscenes in history. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know.
It has a
I played-
world
it's-
record. The Raiden scene, or not Raiden.
Raiden. Right?
The main enemy that
Oh,
you kill at the beginning or the ending. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, you may want to stop
His
listening
death?
right now.
His death has an hour-long cutscene.
Oh my god, yeah, I remember I had to
I'm not
sit through
exaggerating. It's an hour long. It's a damn movie.
that. It literally could be a movie if you took away all the gameplay and just put in only cutscenes.
That game has, I don't remember the exact number, but I think it's something insane, 12 hours of cutscenes.
Oh, more than that. I can already guarantee you.
It's
I remember
stupid.
at one point it had multiplayer, but they took the multiplayer off. So when I finally realized, oh fuck, it had multiplayer, and went to go turn it on again for years after, I was like, fuck me.
That makes me mad because they didn't do that with just Metal Gear Solid 4. They also did it with Metal Gear Solid 3, and Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, which where they attempted to align in a little multiplayer.
Oh yeah, the co-op feature.
Please begin watching part 2.